And yet you played your most extensive role after just playing a few minutes against Tulsa. You played quite a bit tonight. How does it feel to be out there on a team like this in a game, a blowout game like this?
It feels good to be on a team like this who we competed against last year when I was in Detroit. Just all the vets that's here that just help you get into things. I'm just welcome and happy to be here.
What were your thoughts when you found out you were traded to Indiana?
I was happy more than anything. It was like a relief for me to come to a veteran team like this. So I was happy.
Free throws. You feel like you're on top of your game tonight?
A little bit. It's still some things I have to work on, whether it's my jump shots. But last year I went to the free throw line a lot, and I just brought it over here, and I will continue to do that.
Yeah, I think, once we obviously got back from Tulsa, a lot of us were disappointed. A lot of the veterans that, know what our success was and know how we obtained that success from last year was making our identity on the defensive end. And in Tulsa, we couldn't get stops. Every time, in a close game, normally we would get stops and find ways to win. So this week in practice, Lin really emphasized us getting back after it, kind of going back to basics. And, it's not that we weren't trying, it was just a second off. And anytime you're a second late in this game, with the parity and the level of talent, people are going to make plays. So I think tonight we definitely were there, if not early, and definitely trying to rattle them.
Playing point guard as much as you did almost helped you scoring. I mean, it's like you're the first option, you went to it.
Yeah, I think, it's definitely an adjustment for me, and I'm glad that I had all week to kind of, get some more reps at it. And, I think hopefully, obviously looking forward to Bree coming back because it's just not my natural position. But, my teammates are definitely encouraging me and, just having the ball in my hands a little bit more to be able to make plays not only for myself but for them. So, we're going to continue to play with the people that we have and, again, just hope that Bree gets healthy.
Just feel comfortable in that?
Yeah, I definitely, I think more so than I did in Tulsa. It's just a whole different mentality. You've got to be aware of, calling things, making changes on the fly, getting everybody organized. And normally I'm the one that, gets to run back and kind of set up and take my breath. But, playing the point guard, you have to really be aware of the game and have a feel of, who's hot and what's going on. And so, I think I did, hopefully, a good job of that tonight.
Talk about your thumb.
My thumb. I heard it. I don't even remember what game. It just kind of swelled up on me, and it's just kind of it stemmed from an old injury, and I'm gonna just play with it. It felt, it feels fine once I tape it up, brace it up. It's just, hopefully, nobody hits it or whatever, and it feels fine now.
I think tonight has been a definite turning point for us as a group. We collectively came together and talked about, we needed to start the season all over again, what goals we wanted to achieve, and we really set about achieving the first step of that tonight, and it was a great team effort, as you said, 1 through to 11, because Bree, even on the sideline, even though she's not playing, she was being very vocal, so great contributions all around.
Shut up, Catch.
You're like the defensive leader on this team. What do you tell your teammates? Because everyone out there was playing with energy, everyone was talking, I could hear it.
Yeah. Well, defense has always been our bread and butter, so we needed to get back to playing, the fever defense that you were used to seeing last year, and it all does start with me because I'm matching up on the ball. So generally, if I start with defensive intensity and pressure on my opponent, it just seems to have, an effect on everybody else. So it's really important that I make that a focus from the beginning of the game.
I was really pleased with our overall energy. I thought we had high energy, we were very aggressive on defense. The level of energy that we got off the bench was super. I thought it was a real huge team effort, and I think in particular it was nice to see Katie Douglas shoot like we've seen her shoot in the past. Anytime she shoots like that, we've got a real good chance to win.
You talked yesterday about not being in sync, not being in rhythm. You seem to really found that tonight.
Well, there were times when we looked great, and there were times where we're still out of sync. You can still see that at times. We're making some questionable decisions, and that just takes time playing together. But I thought overall, if we made a mistake, it came out of effort, not just not being at full speed. So we're a work in progress. We're having training camp during the season.
You talked about Katie. It's almost like playing point guard part of the time tonight helped her get a shot more often.
Well, I think she had the ball in her hands a lot more coming down the floor, so she was able to create for herself and kind of say, okay, I've already got a shot. You know, we don't even have to run anything. And we want to run early offense. And I think when she does have the ball in her hands like that, sometimes she gets some early quick shots that she doesn't get if we set up.
You talked during the week about defense and getting back to the identity of the Fever. Tonight is clearly more than what you're looking for, right?
Exactly what we're looking for. I mean, when we can keep Sophia Young, you know, for 3 for 11 from the field, you know, we keep them to 57 points. They shoot 35% from the field. You know, that's the kind of effort that we need to have. But it's got to be not only the effort from the starters, but from the second group too. And speaking of the second group, I was really pleased with Jess Davenport. She came in and made an impact right off the bat, offensively, and she had a couple of block shots defensively. And then I thought Zellous, for only having 2 practices, I think you can see the potential that she has, not only as a 2-3, but maybe can play some point for us. And the fact that she got to the free throw line, I think 9 times, shows that attacking mentality that she has, and we love that.
Free throws a little better.
A lot better, a lot better. I mean, that's what we want to do, get to the free throw line 28 times. I'd like to hit, you know, 27.
The first thing she told her when she joined the team last week?
Well, we picked her up because of her ability to play more than one position and her defensive toughness. You know, if you've played for Detroit and you've played for Bill Lambier, you know, you've got that mental toughness to begin with, and we really love that about her.